It's the National Football League on EA Sports, and the spotlight is on Najee Harris. He'll be a focal point of his offense this week. It's the Steelers and the Browns, and it's coming up next on Madden Football.
EA Sports coverage of the NFL brings us to Acrisure Stadium on the north shore of the Steel City, Pittsburgh, Pennsylvania. Today, we've got a Week 13 matchup for you here, as it'll be the Cleveland Browns taking on the Pittsburgh Steelers.
With Charles Davis, I'm Brandon Gaudin. Charles, we look at this Steeler ball club entering play. They come in after tasting defeat for the first time in about a month as their loss snapped a 4-game winning streak. Meanwhile, for the Browns here, the streak continues, doesn't it? They come in a perfect 10-0.
And it's not just that they're winning, it's how they're winning. All phases of the game.
All right, time for an early game drive here as they look to hopefully set the tempo for the remainder of the game to come. They will start this drive with 4. And he'll hope that this is not a sign of what's in store as he has to fight just to get back to the line of scrimmage. Call it no gain on the game's first play. And it's second down now. Again, they turn to Ford. And the second wave of tacklers is going to get him as they stop him behind the line. It'll go as a loss of a yard, so now they deal with 3rd and 11.
Well, backed up here, tough spot, needing 11 yards to pick up the first.
Throwing on 3rd down, Watson escaping the pressure right. And they can't bring him down. And he gets this one just shy of the 40, down at the 39. Deshaun Watson, so multi-dimensional, able to scramble for the first. The handoff to Ford up the middle. A strong running. And they get to him after a gain of 6 to the 46. The numbers for him from a week ago: 14 carries, 82 yards, and a touchdown.
A key component of his team's offense. He will certainly stay in that role if he keeps producing like this each week. Expect him to make a run and not only matching, but exceeding those numbers as this one goes on.
They run with Ford. Pushing his way through. And he'll be out of bounds just shy of the 40. That'll move the sticks for the Browns, a gain of 12.
They did tell us they wanted to establish the ground game early, didn't they?
They did, and a small sample size that we've seen so far, but pretty good return.
Yeah, you got to like that. They've strung together a couple of first downs, established what they wanted, the running game. And guess what? They also got their lead guy running it pretty well, too.
Now here's a pass on first down that's knocked away and incomplete.
The Browns come into this one still undefeated this deep in the year despite the one tie. And they have certainly got it rolling as of late, winners of 6 in a row.
And I think this is where, as a head coach, you show your team some trust. Instead of just talking about winning, the very next game, you point out to them, we're on a nice run here. And if we keep doing this, we'll be playing at home in the postseason. And we know that that could ride us all the way to the Super Bowl if we get that done.
You were telling me this yesterday. This is exactly what they want to do on the opening drive, establish the ground game.
Yeah, remember our conversation? We were talking about what one of the GMs in the league has told me repeatedly. It's a big man's game, and it's not necessarily size. He's talking about playing some big boy football. Line up, get leverage, knock people back, and establish the run early.
They run the option here on 1st and 10.
And he'll be out of bounds, able to get it down to the 25 there. He'll pick up 7 there on the first down keeper.
A little do-it-yourself run right there, and a nice gain.
And I like that he knew that that was about all he was going to get. So he did a nice job of protecting himself, took care of the football, took what the defense gave him. If they continue to allow him to do that, they'll find their way taking what they can all the way to the end zone.
On the ground, it's Ford.
It'll be a loss of a full 3 yards there, and it also brings up 3rd down.
This defense is a difficult one to prepare for, one of the best in the league. They'll come at you from all angles, and they did a nice job there stopping him for a loss.
From the gun on 3rd, Watson. Pass taken in by his big tight end. And he gets it inside the 10 to the 9. They're able to convert on 3rd down, and that sets up a 1st and goal.
That's a big conversion there on 3rd down, and this has been a great opening drive. You know, at this point, they'd hate to settle for 3, but they've created a fresh set of downs and a 1st and goal.
This is Ford. It's a gain of a yard, and it'll set up 2nd and goal.
Here's where we need to see some tenacity from this defense because they've been pushed right down the field on this opening drive. They've got to find some way to push back, and that's a good first step.
On 2nd and goal, they'll give it to him again. Had a nice job to break free of 1 tackle, but it slowed his momentum somewhat, and he's taken down right after. 2 runs in a row, but only 2 yards to show for it. Driven it down the field nicely here on the opening drive, but now it's put up or shut up.
No doubt about it, because to make that type of a drive and ultimately kick a field goal would feel very disappointing. But I'm just wondering, is the head coach thinking, is this 4-down territory? Might he go for it?
Meanwhile, on 3rd down, they take a shot at the end zone, but it's incomplete. And his kick is good. And the Browns are out to a 3-0 lead. Well, they moved the ball well there on the opening series. Running game. Second quarter, this defense looking for a big 3rd down stop here. They're already down on the scoreboard, just trying to get the ball back to their offense. On 3rd down, Ford. And just shutting him off there. And he's going to be out down inside the 20 at the 15. Running game working. They'll stick with it on 1st down. And he'll fight his way down right around the 12. Give him a couple on the carry there. 2nd and 8. Second quarter, 2 minutes remain. 3-0 our score. 2nd down and 8. They'll keep it on the ground. It's Ford. And now they're inside the 10 as he's brought down at the 9. 4 yards on the pickup there as it'll leave him with a 3rd and about 4 more for a 1st. One back in the backfield. He'll get the carry. And he won't get close. Only a yard. 4th and 3. Now the Steelers use the first of their 3 timeouts as they'll head to the sideline and talk over what to do next. They'll go with Strong. And he'll barrel his way into the end zone for a Browns touchdown. Pierre Strong, his 2nd rushing touchdown on the year. And the Browns' decision to go for it pays off with 6 points. You get down this deep, Charles, you hate to settle for a field goal. They roll the dice on 4th down, really just hoping to get that first. But as it turns out, they take it all the way into the end zone.
You mentioned that they took a little bit of a gamble there. Think about it this way. Most teams throw the ball in this situation in the NFL, so they really gamble with a running play, and boy, did it pay off. Pay dirt.
The kickoff team on the field now as they will send this one away. And this will not be returnable. It's out of the back of the end zone for a touchback. So Pittsburgh retakes the field for their 2nd offensive possession. Nothing for them yet from an offensive standpoint. Down 10-zip as they come up 1st and 10. From the gun, here's Pickett. Oh, he tried to fit it in on the slant, and it's intercepted. And they are going to set up shop at the 32-yard line.
Well, that's a drive killer right there. Not a really confident throw either. This one was kind of up for grabs, and it's going to come down the hands of the wrong team.
From the 32 now, here's 1st and 10. After the interception, here's Watson.
That one thrown across his body, and it's incomplete. Well, these two teams met in Cleveland earlier in the year with the Browns coming out on top. So if they can win here in Pittsburgh, they'd be able to claim the season sweep. Draw play to Ford. Breaks the tackle. He's got room to run. And all the way in. Touchdown, Cleveland. Jerome Ford with touchdown number 7 on the year. And the Browns are able to strike quickly to add on to their lead. The extra point up and good. And that makes our score 17-0. Set now to kick this one away, and off it goes. And this will not be brought out. It's a touchback. The Steelers ready to take over on offense. And for this offense, Charles, you got to think kind of crucial here to put something together on this drive, because remember last time out they threw the interception on the very first play.
And you can't afford to let this defense keep building any more momentum. They're playing awfully well, and they're awfully confident right now. To me, it's time to attack and take some of that momentum back, but make sure you're selective in doing so. Understand where you want to throw the football and make sure it's open before the ball leaves your hands.
Another throw on 2nd down, and this one incomplete as well.
And he's only hit on 2 of his first 6 passes. Time for a quick quarterback regroup here with a big 3rd down coming up.
Now they face a 3rd and 10 after back-to-back incompletions. Harris running straight ahead, and he'll be brought down at the 28, and that is well short of the first. It's a gain of just 3, and the offense likely going to yield to the punting unit here on 4th down. On to punt, Jamie Gillen. And he can't field it cleanly. It's loose.
But it looks like one of the DBs has it.
And that's what friends are for.
Right. As the returner, you know who you're buying dinner for later.
Oh, without a doubt, because he just took care of you and your team in a big way. You know, you turned it over there. That's a big momentum change.
And now this is intercepted. My goodness. Picked up by Minka Fitzpatrick. At a potential turning point as they'll get the football in very good field position late in this first half.
On 1st and 10, it's Pickett. Oh, it's tipped, but he still makes the adjustment.
Now the Steelers use the 2nd of their 3 timeouts as they stop it with 11 seconds remaining in this first half. Throwing again on 2nd down, but this time it's incomplete.
Well, this defense is certainly organized and playing off of each other because the rush is providing pressure and the coverage is forcing incompletions and capitalizing on mistakes. When you get every level on defense hitting at once, you get first half scores just like this one.
And now the 3rd down throw incomplete as well. Butker's kick here is good. And they're on the board at least here. It's now 17-3.
So, Charles, they get to them with their first turnover of the game and then make it hurt a little bit extra with a field goal.
And anytime you give the ball up, what's the first thing a coach tells his defense? Don't let them score off of this. You've got to put out the fire. In fact, in 2021, that's what one NFL coach termed his defense, the firemen. Go out there, guys, and don't let them put some points on the board.
So we come upon halftime.
Past the halfway point of the season and now past the halfway point of this game. We skip halftime and get right back to the action. Set to begin the 3rd quarter.
And we welcome you back live now inside the booth alongside Charles Davis. I'm Brandon Gaudin, set and ready to rock for the 3rd quarter. 17-3 the score as we resume action for the 2nd half on EA Sports.
And he will not bring it out. It's a touchback. The Steeler offense ready to get going to begin this third quarter. Charles, it'll be interesting to see what adjustments this offense made in the locker room. Haven't really been able to get anything going offensively, virtually nothing in the ground attack either. So certainly something has to change here in quarter three.
And I'm pretty sure their friends from the defensive side of the ball told them exactly that, because those guys, the stop troops, they've been playing pretty well, and they've kept them around in this game. Now, they've got some time. The running game struggled in the first half. Opposition knows how to focus on defending the pass here. They've got to re-energize that ground game and maybe open things up for a comeback here in this half.
And they work this well upfield across the 45. 22 yards there, a first down. Pickett will look to throw it here. And this one too low.
At this point in the game and the situation they're in, partner, these incompletions that we're seeing, they need to turn into positive snaps, and soon.
They'll throw again with Pickett.
And he's got the hook up to Moore.
And he's going to be taken down. Plus, there's a penalty flag in the backfield. They may get 15 more on top of this. Well, Charles, sometimes we talk about the lengths officials sometimes go to protect star quarterbacks, but that one, that was tough to argue against.
Yeah, and I'm sure that everyone's going to say, hey, we're going to administer the penalty the same way for all quarterbacks. But when it's a star back there, even more so, they're going to be diligent about throwing the flag.
And they will eventually get him down, but he's inside the 5 all the way to the 3. 2 big plays in succession. Not sure this D knows what hit him, but now they got to get ready. It's first and goal.
Harris going to be hit and met at the line of scrimmage. They get him down at the 3.
They'll say no gain on the play, and it'll be second and goal.
Again, it's Harris. And not a whole lot there as they'll get him down at about the 2.
After getting stuffed on first down, not much better there. 2-yard gain. How about this Browns defense? They've held so far. This is now third and goal.
They'll try and run with Harris. And he's into the end zone. Touchdown, Steelers. Najee Harris taking it in from 2 yards out. And the Steelers are back within a score.
Harrison Butker is on for the extra point. And it's up through the goalposts. It's 17-10. So that winds up a 7-play drive all told.
And it was Najee Harris who finished it off with a touchdown run. From a yard or 2 deep, here comes a return.
Breaks through the contact.
And in hindsight, probably should have taken a knee as he only gets this out to the 16-yard line.
Here's the Browns now. They get set for their first possession of the third quarter.
And maybe some renewed pressure on this unit following the touchdown a moment ago. It's back to a 1-score game.
And because of that pressure, because it's now a 1-score game, they know this is where you need to slow the momentum change, because otherwise that could overrun your team. You've got to be careful right here.
On second down now. It's Ford, and they'll bring him down at the 27-yard line.
108 yards for him on the ground now as he has been terrific here this afternoon.
On first down, Ford. And the reinforcements come in as they're going to stop him behind the line. They'll lose a yard there, and it's second and 11.
I'm getting a sense that the momentum of this game is changing since the break. Nice play there, and this D is fired up.
Looking at a second and 11 now after the loss. They'll keep it on the ground. It's Ford.
And not a whole lot there, maybe a yard to the 27.
He's definitely tough to get down. We just saw it right there, but how about what we did see? Pursuit, wrap up, and then the big finish with the tackle.
Watson. And he takes a shot on the release as this will be incomplete.
And that's a really good job there defensively. They went into this possession knowing that they needed to get a stop. They're in a tight ball game, and they got it done. Great work to force the 3 and out. Got the football right back for their offense. They've got to go to the sidelines feeling pretty good about themselves and encouraging their offensive mates to get some points.
A surprising move to go for it, and predictably, at least somewhat predictably, it doesn't pay off. And the Steelers, they're going to take over an excellent field position.
Pickett now on first down.
Nowhere to go here. He lost the football. And this is picked up. Does the big boy have the juice? And he's into the end zone. It's a fumble return for a Browns TD. This was a close game. They needed a little breathing room. Boy, they got it right there on that return for a touchdown.
Yeah, we would say that this could be huge. Forget it. It was huge. Gave him a comfortable lead.
Extra point right down the middle. And the lead now up to 14. And I guess the touchdown wasn't enough. They want the onside kick as well. And this doesn't work. The Steelers recover it. The risk reward of the onside kick. When you don't get it, the risk comes out to play. And here they gave up great field position.
And that's the key to everything, because you're trying your best to press advantages when you have them. And field position leads you to that type of play calling. And whether you want to blitz or whether you want to throw the ball deep, those types of things, now that they've given up that type of field position, the advantage is switched to their opponent.
Call it no gain on the play, and it'll be second down. And he got off the end there very quickly to make that play.
Yeah, it was almost like the bullet train, wasn't it? I mean, just zoom. Quick, quick, quick. And what a terrific play, holding them to no gain.
5 yards on the carry there, and it leaves them with third and about 6 yards to go.
Well, they still have time to get them established, but in my estimation, they've got to pick up the urgency here. They've got to get quickly in and out of the huddle and run off a bunch more plays.
Throwing on third down. Here's Pickett. That's to the sideline and incomplete. The Browns D locked in on third down. Brings up fourth. Pickett.
Looking left side. That's caught by Moore.
And he is going to have the Steelers first down. So signals the referee as they're going to convert by about a yard there on 4th and 5. Big conversion.
And they're not going to get to the line to run another play. So we will switch ends as the third quarter has come to a close. Back now in Pittsburgh. It's the Steelers with the football, but trailing here as we get going in quarter number 4.
Pickett to throw on first down.
Nowhere to go here. He lost the football. And this is, look at the big man rumble. And he's into the end zone. It's a fumble return for a Browns TD. So that is now 2 fumble return touchdowns. And you talk about something that's going to drive a head coach crazy.
Without a doubt. But for the defensive guys, once you do it once, you create a frenzy. Everybody wants to get involved, and they got it done a second time.
Point after, right down the middle. And the lead now to 3 touchdowns at 21. And you can bet they're preaching 2 hands on the ball here as the kick's away following that fumble return. And they'll be set up with good field position here as he gets this up over the 40-yard line.
Even after that big-time return, it's not looking great for them today. But if nothing else, even if the miracle doesn't happen, they can turn to this play and say, hey, we can move forward. Maybe it's a building block for the rest of the season.
Here's a throw out wide complete to his running back right side. And he'll get it out to midfield. Looks like, yeah, they'll spot it right at midfield at the 50.
Ball right on the 50-yard line. Here's second down and 2.
From the midfield stripe, they'll look to throw. Quick slant, caught by Moore. 7 yards on the quick slant and a first down.
This has to go down as one of the simpler routes in the playbook, but oh so effective. Nice completion there. Keeps the sticks moving.
1st and 10. Here's Pickett.
And that's another play that's painted the picture of this game overall. It's been a blowout. It's been continually fueled by big turnovers and stops for one side and an inability to advance the ball from the other.
2nd and 10. It's Pickett again. And that throw behind his man. He missed him. Incomplete.
At this point in the game, they've got to continue to try anything they can. They're still working at it, even though this one feels like a lost cause.
Dialing up another pass here. Pickett.
Ball had his hands on it, couldn't bring it in. Pretty symptomatic of how this game's been going.
Even with such a big lead late, the effort hasn't lapsed one bit. If the offense wants to score some points in this one, they're going to have to earn it. These guys are not giving up anything.
Pass incomplete, but the flag in the backfield, and this might be a roughing call.
Personal foul, roughing the passer, defense.
Forcing the incomplete pass on 4th down and then roughing the passer.
Your offense was ready to roll, ready to get out on the field and take over. Instead, self-inflicted.
That's into a crowd and intercepted.
And he is not quite going to make it all the way in. They'll mark him down right about the 1-yard line. A great pick, nice return, but you know he's just beating himself up inside for not getting all the way in.
No doubt about it, because he had visions of end zone in his mind.
And he'll take it into the end zone for a Browns touchdown.
Jerome Ford
with his 2nd touchdown of the afternoon.
And the Browns add on to their lead, and it's looking like that win streak is going to extend another week. Watson and that Browns offense going to stay out there, and they'll go for 2.
They're going to try and run. And he will dive into the end zone, and the 2-point conversion is successful. Now it appears we have a Steeler here slow to get up.
Well, now they're going to come out and take a look at this injury, and we'll be back in a moment.
And that one will bounce out of the back of the end zone, so we will start here at the 25. And Pittsburgh getting set to take the field.
Well, it's been a struggle so far for this offense, Charles. It's not only that they haven't been able to put the points up, but really stringing yards together has been a real issue for them in this.
You brought up the yardage, because I was thinking we've seen a
nothing to lose now. This offense forced to go for it, down a bunch here in the 4th quarter.
Pickett, 4th down, desperation time. He's got his target. That's complete.
And he'll be taken down, but not. Man, this is going to bring up a crucial situation here. They're going to try the onside kick. Will they get it? Or can the receiving team prevent that from happening? And the Browns are able to cover this one up. Well, 4th quarter, they felt like they needed the football back, unfortunately. 4th quarter, and it's kind of getting to be desperation time here for this defensive side. They need to get the ball back to their offense. They have a chance to do that on 3rd down. So the Browns in possession of the football here as we get you reset. They've got a 3rd down now as they look for one more 1st down to help salt this one away. Shoves him aside. And brought down, but not before they're inside the 25.
129 yards rushing now for the ball game on 24 carries. No.
A lot of points put on the board so far by this offense. Now they're looking for more. Already winning here in the 2nd half, ball in the red zone. Shrugs the tackle.
Nice.
They're able to convert on 3rd down, and that sets up a 1st and goal.
I've got an idea. Let's skip racing to the airport at the end of this game. Let's go to the post-game press conference. I have a feeling that the quarterback of this winning team is going to be given a whole lot of credit to the running game and the offensive line.
Yeah, I was just going to say the offensive line, yes, carrying the ball has been key, but those guys up front, they've made a lot of space.
That's going to wind up a loss of a full 3 yards on first down.
On this day, the ground has been his, but at least on that individual play, we just saw the defense finally with a win.
Yeah, they finally got one, and that's a win for them, but all game long, he's seen the holes, and they've been huge for him. Kind of like a baseball hitter in the zone. The ball seems bigger, and he's just whacking it. These guys, they've got it going today.
So Cleveland able to come away with the victory here, and they were buoyed, Charles, by a big second half that put this one on ice.
So you get the sense that whatever was said at halftime obviously hit home. I think it's a little bit more than that, though. Obviously, there are words that are said, and, hey, come on, guys, we have to play better. But sometimes it's just sharpening your execution, sharpening your focus, and maybe doing the things you practiced all week without major adjustments, just doing them better. And that got it done in this one.
So for Cleveland, the win will be number 11 for them on the year. And they will head back home next week. Meanwhile, for the Steelers,
It's the NFL on EA Sports, and this one features Jerome Ford.
They'll start on the ground here on first down. And pretty good pursuit there defensively. He's brought down, no gain on the play. Second down coming up.
And when the defense wins and gets up no yardage on a running play, that's something they can build on and carry themselves forward throughout the game.
On second down, it's Ford. And he's brought down, but not before a really nice stiff arm to create a little space. 9 yards, and that leaves him just short, so it'll be third and less than a yard.
And they'll try and run the option to pick it up.
And able to get this one across the 45 before he's brought down.
And hold on here, because on that last run, it looks like we have a player who was shaken up. While they come out and take a look at him, we will step aside for just a moment.
They'll run on first down. Ford pushes past him. And he's up over midfield and down into Tennessee territory. 3 yards on the pickup there, and it'll be second down.
The Browns come into this one still undefeated this deep in the year despite the one tie. And they come in on the heels of yet another victory. That ran their win streak, Charles, up to 7 now.
And I think that last win, that established them and stamped them, to me, as Super Bowl frontrunners. They're playing with extreme confidence, and you need that in order to go all the way.
You talk about this Titan defense.
They're just below the cut line for top half of the league, 17th in the NFL against the run.
And stopping the run, that's been an issue for them all season long. Aren't you glad that you're not coaching the defense right now?
I'm very glad. They said that they've seen it in doses, but very, very small doses.
Yeah, you've got to be consistent. It's down in and down out, being able to play it, understand what you have to get done, and finally stop some people, put them on the ground. You know, we might start getting some props here in the booth. You know, that one that says the D and then the fence that you put up next to it? How about that? They brought out the jumbo package and still couldn't move them off the line of scrimmage enough to pick up that first down.
Impressive. They were ready defensively for that jumbo set.
And he's going to pick up the Browns' first down as they wind up getting 4 there on 4th and 1.
Okay, you and I are sitting up here getting ready to analyze whether they should go for it or not. Did you see the quarterback just point to the sideline and say, everybody back, I've got this call?
Well, you knew this side of the field, they're in plus territory, 4th and 1. He wasn't coming off the field.
No, he wasn't coming off the field. He wasn't letting the offense go with him at all. He said, we're staying out here, and we're picking this one up. That's some leadership right there.
On second down now, it's Ford.
Oh, great effort there. He's going to get this inside the 15, and they'll spot it at the 13-yard line. Nice run. 44 yards rushing so far, and this is just their first possession. They've got a new set of downs here.
On first down, Ford. No dice this go-around. He's hit behind the line and taken down. Officially, it's a 1-yard loss. That's going to bring up 2nd and 11.
Well, they've had success on the ground on this drive, and that makes the defense more likely to overcommit to stop the run as they did on that play. But keep in mind, it makes them susceptible to play-action passes as well.
They'll try the air now with Watson. This will be caught at about the 6. They'll wind up getting 10 back as that sets them up for 3rd down.
And after that completion, you can understand why so many teams in the league are emphasizing speed on defense at every position. The tight ends have created so many tough matchups now. If you can't run with a tight end as a linebacker, this is going to be the result every time.
Toward the end zone, but that's going to wind up incomplete. 4th down now as the Titans defense holds up in coverage.
Sometimes the game is pretty simple. Put a few extra defensive backs on the field, give them nowhere to throw the football, force the incompletion, and get off the field on 3rd down.
And he won't have the touchdown, but he will have the first down as he's tackled at the 2. Just a gain of 3, but they'll certainly take it as they convert on 4th down.
Here we go now on 1st and goal. Watson going to try and run it.
And he probably should have given that one off as he's going to get hit and taken down behind the line.
We're scoreless after one. On to the second from Cleveland. It's the Browns in control of the football. They'll try again here from the 7 on 2nd and goal. As they've got it as we resume action. And give him 2 yards officially, and now it'll be 3rd and goal.
His path became similar to almost running a stretch play, didn't it? Trying to find a crease, anywhere to put his foot in the ground and cut back. It just never materialized.
The Browns on 3rd down, just 1 for 3 thus far. They're looking at a 3rd and goal here. And they'll give him another shot here on the ground. And he's in. Touchdown, Browns. Jerome Ford with his 9th rushing touchdown on the year. And the Browns post the first points of the ball game as they take the lead here in this. It's Howe with another throw. A throw on the run, but that's going to be incomplete. They'll run on 1st down. It's Ford. Now he's able to break through 1 tackle, but it slowed him down enough that he could only manage getting back to the line of scrimmage. 2nd and 10. They'll keep it on the ground. Ford. And he is out of bounds. Looks like right at the 15. He'll get only 3 there, so it leaves him with a 3rd and 7 ahead.
They did a really nice job there defensively. They strung the play out, didn't give him a cutback lane. On each play, you have guys what I call our BCR players. Guys are responsible for the bootleg, for the cutback, and for the reverse. They played that one perfectly.
And rode him right out of bounds. It'll be a 5-yard pickup there, and it will take us to the 2-minute warning. And this offense has converted twice already here in this first half on 4th down conversions. And here we go again. They'll try and run for it. And boy, is he close. Did he get there? Nope. They'll start this drive out on the ground. And if there was a lane there, it closed up quickly as he stopped for no gain. 2nd down. They've called his number a lot this afternoon. You wonder how much tread is left on those tires.
We certainly do, but I always think back to one of my favorite coaches in the NFL. And he used to have a meeting with his running backs every year in the offseason and say, look, as many times as you're going to carry the ball, you should be able to carry it 1 more time, so make sure you get in shape.
23 yards on the tuck and run.
No surprise to see him running again here. It's something he's done throughout this season. And that run puts him over 500 yards on the ground for the year. He's got to be thinking to himself, if I'm already at 500, what's to stop me from going for 1,000?
And he was able to shed 1 tackle but could not get away from there. 5 yards on the carry. Good pickup on 1st down. Here's 2nd and 5 now from the 37. Here's Watson. And he bats it away, and it falls down incomplete.
They decided the opportunity was there and launched a deep ball, but he was unable to get away from the defender. Couldn't create space, couldn't uncover at the end of the route, and that one winds up incomplete.
And now the half not quite over yet. This is a live football on the miss. He's past the 30, and he is finally going to be taken down. Boy, that could... And they'll let the quarterback keep it here on 1st and 10. And he'll be taken down here at about the 11. 2 yards the gain on the keeper, and it's 2nd down. Inside handoff, Henry. And he'll take this one inside the 10, down to the 8. Give him 3 yards, and now they're left needing a conversion here on 3rd and 6. They are in need of 6 yards here if they hope to move the chains. Howell throwing on 3rd down here.
To the goal line, but it's incomplete. Trying to get their tight end involved finally. That's the first time that they've looked his way. He's kind of been a forgotten man in this offensive scheme.
Yeah, didn't look his way at all in the first half. And I'll bet you the offense coordinator made a note at the half and said, let's get him involved because he can be a big-time playmaker for us.
So he's been automatic to this point of the season, and he connects on the field goal there.
On 3rd down, it's 4th, and he will have the 1st down before he's tackled at the 12. 3 yards there, good enough to keep the drive moving.
From down at the 12, it's 1st and 10.
They'll keep it on the ground. Ford. And he is into the end zone. Touchdown. Now for the point after. And this one's right through to make it a 14-3 ball game. So that one a pretty time-consuming 10-play drive. And it was capped off by a 12-yard touchdown run. The Browns kicking team out there now as they'll send this one away. And that'll carry over the back line of the end zone for a touchback.
Tennessee offense set to go again.
Their deficit is 11, 14-3, and needing to get something going here as they come up on 1st and 10. They'll try and get the run game going. This is Henry. And trying to push forward, but he is going to be stuffed up in the backfield. 2 yards the loss, 2nd and 12. They'll run it again with Henry. Takes this to the 27. Give him 4 yards.
On any running play that's called, they're always hoping that it's going to break big and go the distance. But when you get a nice gain like that, you're able to do so many things anyway. You can come back and run essentially the same play again, continue to move the ball on the ground.
Oh, Howell loses it.
And this is picked up by the Browns. And it's a big turnover there on the final play of the quarter. So it'll be a change of possession on the turnover when we get back. You are watching the NFL on EA Sports. And
final adjustments being made in the locker room. We're just about set for the second half from Cleveland.
And they've got the lead here as we start quarter number 4.
To Brandon and Charles.
1st and 10, and they've got 3 tight ends out there. A jumbo package look.
Now a give right side. It's Ford. And he'll take it into the end zone for a Browns touchdown.
Jerome Ford,
his 3rd touchdown of the game, number 11 on the year.
And the Browns add on to their lead, and it's looking like that win streak is going to extend another week.
He keeps carrying the ball into the end zone, and in this one, he's sort of carrying the team on his back.
He's the reason that they lead right now, no question about it. And you talk about on his back, he's not minding the extra weight at all, is he? Carrying that just as lightly as he does the football. Yeah, what a great performance so far.
Those 3 touchdowns, it's got him in the lead. The Browns kicking team out there now as they'll send this one away. And they will not get a chance to return this one as it's through the end zone for a touchback. The Titans offense now, they work their way back onto the field.
They were coming off the extra week of rest, but this team started sluggish, and it really didn't get any better from there, and trailing big here in this 4th quarter. He'll dump this off complete to Dobbins.
And he will lose yardage here back at the 23-yard line.
And that flag's on Myles Garrett, and we know he's got a nose for getting after the quarterback, but that time, even though he's going to protest it a little bit, he's a step late, and they hit him with the penalty.
1st down, Howell to throw. Throwing quickly there, but it's incomplete.
At this point, down big, you'd have to imagine this defense, they're just going to sit back, blanket the field as best they can.
Yeah, this is actually the easy part of the game for them because, just as you noted, they can sit back, keep everything in front of them. But they've blanketed the field the entire game using a variety of coverages.
That helps the completion percentage, but not much else, and now it's 3rd and 10.
Right where this set of downs started, they need a full 10 here to pick up the first down and move the chains. Throwing here, Howell.
And that is incomplete.
All right, help me out here a little bit, partner, because what I'm seeing is a passing game that's just struggled to complete anything. No rhythm, no timing. Seems like every pass is also contested well, so give some credit to the defense.
Nowhere to go here. He lost the football, and it's going to carry him out of the side of the end zone, and that, my friends, is a safety, 2 points. Well, Charles, I've heard of backing up to avoid the rush. I think this takes that to a whole new level.
And not upper level either.
Taken in at the 22. A look at the running back, the man out of the backfield as he gears up to go again. I guess it kind of goes without saying at this point, but he's had a great game, as we like to say, a nose for the end zone, no doubt.
Continues to find it throughout this game, and I'm sure he's got a nice place to live. He might want to make an offer on the end zone for a second home because that's what it's been like throughout this contest. He knows how to get there, and boy, he looks happy when he does.
He's already bought all the property in the end zone. That's the problem. He's going to sell to himself now. And I'm guessing you'd say this is kind of the key here. Grind out some yardage, work on that clock, see if you can continue to tick it down.
Definitely. You want to bleed things out at this point, right? Continue to possess the football, gain some yardage, and put the onus on the defense. Do they have to use timeouts? What are they going to do to stop you? You're taking charge.
14 yards, and it's a Cleveland first down. And looking to put this game on ice in the 4th quarter, but still not afraid to throw it as they show there.
You want to play the game with confidence? And they have a guy who's in control right now. Their trigger guy, throwing it, they feel just as confident with him doing that as they would if they tried to run the ball and run the clock out.
And he gets it inside the 35 and just shy of the 30.
135 yards rushing for him now as he has been tremendous all day long.
From the 32 now, here's 1st and 10. They'll keep it on the ground. 4. And just no chance of turning the corner. He can only get back to the line of scrimmage. 2nd and 10 coming up. That time they're able to bottle him up, but he's having a really nice game.
I agree with that. Let's just go big picture, right? Every back that's in the Hall of Fame had carries where they didn't gain yardage or they lost yardage, but you stick with them, don't you? When they're having a good game, keep feeding them.
The 2nd down play, not much better than the first, just a gain of 1 there. The Browns on 3rd down, 3 for 7 so far in this game. This is 3rd and 9. Now Watson.
And that's going to wind up incomplete. Nearly their first pick of the game, but it does bring up 4th down.
Coverage was awfully tight there on 3rd down. They actually closed off all the passing lanes, forcing the incompletion and bringing up 4th down.
And this one's not close, not even close. Short and to the right, it's no good. And they will not be able to add on to their 20-point lead. Well, they can probably live with that with this late lead in the 4th quarter. That's one of the few things that's gone wrong.
You're exactly right. This one was well in hand. That kick there was more for cosmetics, you know, to add to their score. Not getting it, that shouldn't harm them at all.
And now a throw on 1st down there, but it's incomplete. All game long.
Fourth down, Howell, desperation time.
Try to get it to Williams, but it's intercepted. And they will set up shop in enemy territory at the 42-yard line. How? Two scores down, 3 timeouts left. Still a chance if they can somehow get this one back. And the Browns are able to cover this one up. They knew they needed a miracle. They had to have that onside kick. On third down, it's Ford.
And he'll work free from one tackle, but that's about all as he's taken down.
They'll try and run for it. And he won't get there. They stop him a few yards short of the line to gain. The Browns unable to move the chains on fourth down. And as a result, it'll be Titan football on the turnover on downs. Throwing on first down, but this one winds up to be incomplete.
Well, that's where this Cleveland crowd, the dog pound in particular, make it difficult on opposing offenses. It looked like they might have had troubles communicating at the line, and it leads to the incompletion.
Another throw on second down, and this one incomplete as well.
Tell you what, partner, after he ices down, he's going to need a nice long soak in a hot tub after this one. He's been under duress the entire game.
And once again, hit as he throws. Fortunate that one wound up incomplete. Now yet another incompletion here as they fail to connect on third.
That means it's just one last chance left, and this has to be a first down or a touchdown, or this game's over.
Fourth down, Howell.
Nowhere to go here. He lost the football.
And now this ball picked up by the offense. But here in the final 2 minutes of the game, this will be blown dead. Only the fumbler can advance the football. So this will go back to the spot of the fumble itself. We've got to have two hands on the football here as they run on first down.
And he'll manage to break a tackle and get this forward for a couple. It'll be second down.
Another one in the books for us, partner. Always great to be by your side. And both
It's the National Football League on EA Sports. And the spotlight is on Roquan Smith. He's up across 80.
So on 4th down, Kevin Stefanski trots out the field goal unit.
A 33-yarder from the left hash. And his kick here is good. And they are on the board, but still trailing. It's 7-3.
So both teams come away with points on their... After one, 7-3 the score on EA Sports. Second quarter now from Baltimore. It's the Ravens in possession as they've got it with a 3rd down coming up. Jackson now. And that will be incomplete. On 3rd down, it's Ford. Fighting his way through contact. And he goes down, but not before getting this inside the 25. Well, they were in search. Throwing on 3rd down, Watson. And that will be incomplete. Oh, he left that one in a bad spot, but fortunately... So now the Browns will turn it over to their field goal unit here. He connected on his first, this from 41. And his kick is good. And they'll get it back within a point at 7-6. So the margin shrinks there as they get the field goal to draw them a bit closer here in the second quarter.
Yeah, nice snap, nice hold. They just want to keep this game close, so give them credit for finishing that one off with 3.
The Browns kicking team out there now as they'll send this one away. And this will be a touchback as that sails over the end line.
And Baltimore's offense set for this next possession.
So, Charles, the season winding down, the playoffs obviously not in their future. As they look ahead to the offseason, what spots do they maybe need to fill?
Well, I think that they like the...
Jackson hit, and he lost the football.
And while all of that was going on, we have an injured player out there in need of some attention. Hopefully, obviously nothing serious here. Medical staff, though, going to take a peek, and we'll take a break. On 2nd down, Sloan. And he can muster only a couple here to the 24. But, Charles, as we've covered, they've already clinched their spot in the postseason, so now they just want to avoid adding any additional names to this list before the postseason begins.
Terrific observation, because trying to move up a spot, I don't know if it's worth it if you're trying to play guys who aren't quite right. Get them healthy, get ready for the playoffs, make your move then.
Now a 3rd down throw, but it misses the target, incomplete.
Nice call by the defense there on 3rd down. Just flood the field with extra defensive backs in their dime package. Nowhere to go with the football. Forces the incompletion.
The punt team on now as Pinion sends this one away. 7 yards on the return after a punt of 39. And the Browns will take over 1st and 10. Heading out as the Cleveland offense now as they get set to take over here.
And they, on paper, Charles, no doubt they have the edge in this one. They are sitting with the AFC elite, and on the other side, they're down toward the bottom of the AFC. But you know what they say, especially at this point in the season, watch out for a trap game.
And in doing so, I would take my game plan and condense it. I would rely on my fundamentals, the fact that my players are probably just better, and not try and do too much. Do just enough to win the game. And on the other side of the field, I'm doing everything. Every trick play I can think of, every different formation, you name it, I'm throwing it at them in order to try and get the upset win.
On 1st down, Ford.
And they're able to work this to the 25 before it's all said and done. 73 yards rushing for him as he has been tough to stop here this first half.
Sometimes those lines that are drawn on a grease board or in a playbook, they come to life out on the field, don't they? And we just saw that on that outside handoff to the right.
That right tackle, he gets excited for that call, doesn't he?
He does, because he just wants to dominate his guy and say, listen, I was the point of attack. I took care of business. That's why you're able to get downfield and add all those yards to your total.
Yeah, really nice gain there.
2 minutes remaining in this first half of football. Here's 2nd and 10. Now a handoff up the middle. It's Ford. Heck of a broken tackle, but only able to work this down near the 23. The second down play, not much better than the first, just a gain of 1 there. But not much on that run, Charles.
No, that's exactly the way to execute a run blitz there. They guessed correctly that they would move the ball on the ground, honed in on it, and stopped them. Marked that down for a win in the defense's column.
And he is into the end zone. Touchdown, Cleveland.
Jerome Ford, his 12th rushing touchdown on the year. And the Browns have taken the lead. Extra point splits the uprights, and that'll make this a 6-point game. Out is the kickoff unit as they run up and send this one away. And solid field position here to start as they get this out to the 40-yard line. And now Baltimore gets set to take the field. As we eke closer and closer to intermission, Charles, remember last time out they punted. They would love to get points here, especially if this is going to be their final possession of the first half.
Yeah, and this is what close games feel like because the pressure is on both sides, but sometimes the pressure is a little bit higher on the team with the slight edge because they're trying to hold on to that, trying to increase it. Let's see how this one continues.
Throwing again on 2nd down, but this time it's incomplete. Fair to say, hasn't been his best game throwing the football, but also not getting a lot of help out there either.
Yeah, you nailed it pretty well, you know. He's got to throw it better, got to get more help. Obviously one that should have been caught. They got to find a way to bring those two elements together so they can make some progress in this one.
Problems on 3rd down so far in this first half. Relatively small sample size, but they're now 0 for 3.
And the average in the league, somewhere around 40% on 3rd down for offenses. So what's the answer to this? Either convert them or don't get the 3rd down in the first place. Get your big chunks of yards on 1st and 2nd down.
There again is the running back as he trots onto the field. He's been good. His guys are winning. So far, the recipe working here in the 2nd quarter.
And he doesn't like to just tote the rock. He wants to carry his team on his back, and that's what he's done throughout this game.
Yeah, he's done that. He'll be hoping to continue that trend. Yeah, he's able to push his way forward somehow for a gain of about 2 yards. 2nd down now.
This guy's well on his way now to a big game on the ground. It's another good run there. Puts him over the century mark in yardage, and we're still in the 2nd quarter.
They'll keep it on the ground again here. And able to break one tackle, but then quickly brought down. But a nice little gain. Give him 6 on the play, and they're going to have a 3rd down. They'll come to the line, needing only 2 yards to gain the first here. Once again, they'll keep it on the ground. And he's going to be stopped short of a 1st down as they'll get to him at about the 33. And they're going to take a timeout defensively. So with 4th down coming up, they go ahead and burn it and say we'll see what happens. Here we go on 4th down. And shedding through the tackle. And he'll be out of bounds, but able to get it up past the 45.
If he writes a book in the offseason, he ought to title it Undaunted. Because where he is on the field, back on his own side, and goes for it, and gets it, I got to give it to him on that one.
Yeah, only thing you can justify it with is it was only a few inches that they needed. If it's 4th and 2, probably doesn't do it. Hey, he got it. Give him credit.
Yeah, but if they don't pick it up,
then you're in trouble.
Yeah, they're giving points to the other team at that stage.
Well, we're in the latter stages of this season. Everybody's getting antsy, so antsy that we're going to skip the halftime and get ready for the 3rd quarter.
Welcome back. Halftime over. We are ready for quarter number 3. Alongside Charles Davis, I'm Brandon Gordon.
This will be brought out from the middle of the end zone. And in hindsight, probably should have taken a knee as he only gets this out to the 16-yard line.
Here's the Browns offense now getting set to start off this third quarter.
But Charles, for them, pretty good first half on the ground. They had some success running the ball in quarters 1 and 2, and they've got the lead now, a chance to expand upon that lead here with their first drive in the third quarter.
Yeah, believe it or not, you and I have noticed that this great game of football has shifted towards pass first, run second. So for me, it's really nice to see some of these teams keeping the ground game as a big component of their offense, and it's working pretty well for them now. And let's face it, they can continue to do damage with it. And in addition, it sets up the pass game really well for them too.
136 yards rushing for him now as his sensational afternoon continues.
Right back to him on first down. And he's going to take this ahead for right around 3 yards, but no more than that. Second down.
Yeah, I don't know if it's exactly a win-win, but if you're on offense, you'll take that kind of a run, all right? It was kind of stacked up. Found a little bit of yardage, and frankly, they're pretty close to staying on schedule on offense. The playbook is still open for the coordinator.
And he's taken down right at the 45-yard line. That's good for 21 yards and a first down.
Well, when you're able to break a run against a cover 2 or a 2-deep zone, safeties are back a little ways. What you're counting on is the guys taking care of business up front, and then maybe climbing to the second level, that offensive lineman or tight end getting up to the second level and able to block the safety in order to create a big run.
Yeah, making those linemen work with a couple blocks. They look good doing it there. On second down now, it's Ford.
On a nice burst there as he'll take this inside the 30 to the 28-yard line.
A good pickup there for the Browns, 15 yards. All runs on this drive so far. It's 1st and 10. Here's Watson, option left. Eventually wrangled down before reaching the 20, but a strong run. He'll pick up 7 there on the first down keeper.
Oh, man, that wasn't far from breaking in a big way into the secondary. Read option, quarterback kept it, and while he didn't get a first down, he did get a nice chunk of yardage. Only a nice tackle prevented it from maybe going all the way.
And he'll go down here at the 12-yard line. 9 yards to pick up there, and it's a first down. They'll keep it on the ground. Ford. And a missed tackle there as he pushes forward for a gain of 4.
Well, you certainly have to give a little credit here because they're playing this game now at their pace. This is ball control football, sustained runs, taking their time and making it work.
And he'll take it into the end zone for a Browns touchdown. Jerome Ford with his 13th touchdown of the year and 2nd of the game.
And the Browns take the opening kickoff of the third quarter and drive right down the field to extend their lead. Watson and that Browns offense going to stay out there, and they'll go for 2.
They'll try and run it here. And he is into the end zone again as he scores both the touchdown and the 2-point conversion to extend this lead. The Browns kicking team out there now as they'll send this one away.
And the tackle going to be made right there at the 25-yard line.
The Ravens offense getting ready now for their first possession of the second half.
And their deficit a little wider than it was at halftime. Does that touchdown a minute ago change the thinking here at all?
I think it does, at least a little bit, because now urgency has to start setting in. You can't go out there and go 3 and out and run the risk of falling behind substantially, but you have to do it without pressing, because pressing, that'll lead you into bigger errors.
On second down, Sloan. And he'll get about 3 here as he's out to the 30.
Well, they're hoping that the second half is better for him than the first half. They've got to find a way to get him going. He's a big part of their offense.
This offense in desperate need of a conversion as they come up on third down.
Jackson. And this is going to be incomplete. He's had trouble finding open receivers all game, CD, and that's because really there hasn't been many. This defense has been all over them.
Yeah, they're one of the better defenses in the league, and every time I talk to someone around the NFL, they all say the exact same thing. They're so fundamentally sound, it's hard to execute against them.
It'll be a net of 40 yards following a punt of 44. And out will come the offense as they take over. Getting set to go again as we look at the back heading onto the field again. He's closing in on 200 yards on the ground with the fourth quarter still to come. We're in the third. Good shot to get there.
And now he's got to make sure he convinces his coaching staff to leave him out there and keep touching the ball, because when you've had that kind of a day, there is a tendency to think about getting him out and saving some of it. Running backs never like to save yardage.
You know he's tapping his quarterback on the shoulder. I'll take the ball again, please, right?
Not turning down any carries.
Back now in Baltimore. It's the Browns football, and they've got the lead here as we start quarter number 4. On second down now. It's Ford. And for one of the few times here today, this run's not going to go anywhere. No gain that time, and it leaves him with 3rd and 11 coming up.
As usual, the hallmark of a good run defense, linebackers making plays near the line of scrimmage. Absolutely nowhere to run there.
On 3rd down, Ford. And he's going to get this to the 31, but that is still well short of what he needed. That'll be good for 6, but now it's 4th down.
So where'd all that running room that he had in the first half go? Because it looks like it's drying up a little bit here. Someone made some adjustments, it appears, at least on this drive.
On 4th down, they'll try and run for it. Shoves him away. And, boy, this is going to be close. That mark looks a little short, and he didn't get there. So from the 36 now, 1st and 10. Jackson. He's got his man downfield. That's Bateman. And all the way in for a Ravens touchdown. Rashad Bateman, his 3rd touchdown now on the year. And the Ravens have made it a one-score game again here in the 4th. Tucker able to connect on the extra point. And now things get a bit more interesting here in this 4th quarter. Tucker now to kick it away following the touchdown.
This taken in right around the goal line. And no alley to be found. The coverage was solid, and he's dropped at the 18. The Browns offense heading out as we take a look at the playoff picture in the AFC. Well, we do know, Charles, they will be in the playoffs. They currently sit at pole position number 1, but nothing's set in stone right now. They still have to earn that top spot.
And it makes me reflect back to preseason when you and I do our tours of camps. The prevailing message in each and every one of them was what? Win the division.
Win the division.
Win the division. You know you're in the playoffs. It means something. It means a home game. It means a number of other things, but winning the division is paramount. You're right. They won't step off the gas here.
And he's going to be met at the line of scrimmage and taken down. He got maybe a half yard at most, but officially they'll be left with a 3rd and 2. This is 3rd and 2. Maybe the biggest play in this football game. They'll keep it on the ground. It's Ford. Give him a couple on the run as it brings up a 4th down.
Well, they picked up a portion of it, but not all that they needed. Now that leads to a decision on 4th and 1. Let's see what they decide to do.
The Browns send out their punter now as he's on to punt for the first time this afternoon. And now on 4th and 1, it's a fake. And bulldozing his way through. And the gamble pays off. They get the first. 21 yards there. A big play on 4th down. And I don't know what the method is to know when to dial up a fake punt, when not to. Whatever the method there, it worked for him.
I think you actually did explain it. There is no method. It's just a feel, a sense, and a healthy dose of guts in order to call that play in that situation.
Element of surprise, I guess, right?
Yeah, element of surprise and just a strong belief that, hey, we're going to get it done.
Now a 2nd and 10. Watson now going to run the option right. And shoving his way inside the 35. And he gets this inside the 35-yard line.
He's been pretty good with his legs in this game. A really nice gain there. Defensively, they've been okay covering downfield, but you got to account for the quarterback, right?
Yeah, and that's the hardest part because normally when you play 11 on 11, it's truly not 11 on 11. Defensively, you don't account for the quarterback in the run game. You account for everyone else and hope that you can catch him before he gets to the first down marker. But as you noticed, he's been doing it a little bit. This time he saved his best for this run.
Saving one of his best for the fourth quarter. And now right out of the 2-minute break, we'll get a timeout used defensively with 1:56 to go. And he'll go down here right around the 23-yard line. The Ravens going to use the second of their timeouts. That'll leave them with just one remaining in this fourth quarter of play.
5 points of contact necessary at this stage as they'll run on first down.
Ravens going to use their third and final timeout as they'll talk things over prior to this upcoming second down play. Now a give right side. Ford.
And he will have a Browns first down. It has been a struggle, but it's looking like that'll be the one to seal a victory.
Well, you know me, partner. I never tell them to back off of being aggressive, but sometimes you see the consequences when you're overly aggressive and you don't secure tackles. Guys break through.
Trying to sell out to pry that football loose, and just as you said, cost some yardage.
Yeah, you got to go get him. Stand him up first before you go for the ball. Don't just go for it initially. This defense needs a big play in the worst way because so far, they're not putting up much of a fight. If they don't get a stop here soon, this game could be over.
And he's across for the touchdown. And in the final minute, that should just about seal it.
So he had the nice run to get him down there, was stopped just short of the goal line, but they go right back to him, CD, and he delivers to finish the drive off.
A little extra determination there, don't you think, partner? You notice he didn't tap on his helmet and say, get me out after the run down to the end zone. He said, I almost got in. I'm going to get in on my own. I'm staying in. And he carries it across the goal line.
The Browns kicking team out there now as they'll send this one away.
And he'll decide to not bring this one out as their drive will begin at the 25.
Jackson and the Ravens, here they come. Down by 2 touchdowns. A little under a minute to go. And they're in danger of a third straight loss as they come up on 1st and 10. And that'll be incomplete. We do have a penalty flag down, however. Let's see what that's about.
Well, certainly those are the types of mistakes they're trying to avoid as they attempt to protect this lead late in the game.
And let's face it, they're hoping that this one doesn't cost them in a significant way. Yeah, one guy committed a penalty, but now the entire defense has to pay the price and try and rise up and overcome it.
Throwing there, but this pass is going to wind up incomplete.
Just over 50 seconds remain. Here's 2nd and 10. Jackson to throw.
And a flag comes in as that one falls incomplete. Well, let's see who this is on.
Roughing the passer, defense.
First and 10. Now Jackson. That is caught. Rashad Bateman.
And he works it past the 30, almost to the 25.
Here's Jackson.
He'll get this one into the hands of Lewis. And they do get him down, but not before he's able to slip it inside the 5-yard line. One last shot for Jackson. And that will be incomplete. They were going for a consolation TD, but it was not to be. And time has run out now on this game. So Cleveland able to come away
It's Madden NFL 24, and we're in for a show from Anthony Richardson. After his last game, he's now across 3.
They'll run with Walker to begin the drive. And a short pickup to about the 25. You look at this Colt defense.
Yeah, they've played well against the pass, currently ranked 7th in the NFL.
And when you're getting ready to face the #1 overall offense in the NFL, it does not matter where you rank defensively because you got your hands full. You don't know what you're going to face, but you know that that's a strong unit that you're getting ready for.
That's good for a Cleveland first down, an 11-yard pickup. That O-line, they cleared a big hole there on that run.
The athleticism of offensive lines continues to evolve, and we're seeing it here. Not only are they controlling things right at the line of scrimmage, but they're able to get upfield to get to what we call the second and the third levels. You know, get to the linebacker spot, the secondary spot, getting all the way downfield with their blocking, which helps keep the running back clean.
They'll try to continue that trend here this afternoon. A good run there on first down, and it'll leave them with a 2nd and 2.
The Browns come into this one still undefeated this deep in the year despite the one tie. And they've been flawless these last couple months, winners of 9 in a row.
And let's give them a ton of credit because in a league that's built on any given Sunday, any team can win. To run off this kind of a streak, this kind of a number, that's pretty darn impressive.
A gain of 5, good enough for the first down.
Well, they came into this game saying it was important that they set the tone and show that they can run the football. And I believe that they've done that here in the first quarter.
Walker now on 1st and 10.
Justin Reed, the safety, made the tackle.
This drive is pretty clear. Almost feels like old school fundamentals, doesn't it? Want to impose their will on the defense. What's that, 5 straight runs?
Yeah, 5 straight carries to start this drive. And like you said, the way it's working, they may just stick with it. And he takes it down to the 40 with a pickup of 4. Pretty good job defensively. Thought he was going to get it, but they knew where that marker was, and they stopped him just short of it.
What it does is emphasize that strategic football and situational football is not just played on the offensive side, is it? Defense understanding, as you noted, where the first down marker was and making sure they didn't get there.
Give them the 3rd down conversion, 5 yards on the play. All runs on this drive so far. It's 1st and 10.
Again, it's Walker.
He stiff-arms him.
Yeah, maybe a little over-pursuit there as he's able to take this down to the 25-yard line. 52 yards rushing for him as he's got the afternoon off to a great start. Out of the gun, Walker with it.
And down inside the 15, shy of the 10. Back-to-back nice gains. That one for 14 yards and another first. Quite the opening drive march they're on right now.
It looks a lot like what we saw in practice prior to the game, doesn't it? You know, because on that last big practice beforehand, you go through your offensive script. You go through your play calling. You go through all the stuff and establish things. And it looks like it's going like clockwork right now for them.
A solid run on first down. Gain of 7 leaves them with a 2nd and 3. Up the middle they run. It's Walker.
And he's able to break out of 1 tackle, but then quickly brought down.
Give him a yard on the run there, and that's going to set up a 3rd down and 2.
Just not a whole lot of room to operate there on that carry.
No, not at all. They did a really nice job staying in their proper places and not allowing any lanes to open up.
They'll try for the first with Walker.
And he'll be brought down right on the edge of the goal line at about the 1-yard line. They only got 2, but that was enough as they'll convert to make it 1st and goal.
Walker. Looking for a signal, but none forthcoming. They stopped him shy of the goal line.
Only a yard on the pickup there. 2nd and goal. No score after 1 on EA Sports.
The start of the second quarter, and it's the Browns in control of the football as they come up now, 2nd and goal. To the right side, this is Walker.
And he takes this one in for a Browns score. A great effort there with his first career NFL touchdown.
And the Browns post the first points of the ball game as they take the lead here in this second quarter.
Well, he'd been the workhorse on this.
From the shotgun, Richardson.
Flushed.
Richardson hit it, he fumbles it.
And this is picked up by the Browns. And they will take over at the 20.
Here's Walker to start the drive.
Fighting through, and he's got space. And now off to the races down the right side.
And he'll have it past midfield almost to the 40 before being taken down. That one good for 33 and a first.
What we saw there, that's what we know that he can do. He can break tackles and turn them into big runs, and that's what he did.
And what is the buzz phrase nowadays in football for a guy like that? Contact balance. The ability to go through trash, come out the other side, avoid and run through contact, and keep your balance.
And he's got it to about the 40.
Oh, that's a real nice job there by the defensive front. They just engaged and held their ground. But how about the guy who made the play? We often talk about whether they take a good first step or not. Many times you just don't take any step. Just get your feet moving, get your body going, and then once he made the read, he was able to make the play.
And brought down, but not before they're inside the 25. So we come upon halftime, and it's a
all right, we'll bypass the halftime show in favor of returning to this late season game with the teams coming back from the locker rooms here a bit early.
And we welcome you back now. Alongside Charles Davis, I'm Brandon Gordon, getting set for quarter number 3 here.
A one-touchdown ball game, 14-7 our scores. We get back at it on EA Sports. And no run back here as the third quarter will commence with a touchback. They'll run with Strong.
And he's going to have a first down here as he gets this one to the 17-yard line. Call it.
A give for Walker running right.
He takes it to the 15. A nice display of power, but not a ton to show for it. Just a yard on the pickup there, and it'll bring up a 2nd and 9. And as they come to the line, they will not be able to get off another play as time. Back now here on EA Sports. It's the Browns football, and they've got the lead here as we start quarter number 4.
Sticking with Walker on 2nd down.
And for one of the few times here today, this run's not going to go anywhere. No gain on the play there, so that doesn't help. Now they're looking up at a 3rd and 9 situation. They run again with Walker. And the tackle made at the 13. He is well short of the first. Give him 3 yards there as that'll take us to 4th down. So the field goal unit is on the field as this is a big spot right here. This to put him a touchdown and a 2-point conversion up. And his kick is right there. It's good, and that'll push the lead up to 8. Now, from a defensive perspective, though, I think maybe they're saying, hey, we did what we needed to do, kept this a 1-score game.
Yeah, without a doubt, because they were able to bleed some time off the clock, right? Put themselves in a good position, but it's not out of reach yet, okay? Being able to hold them to a field goal means that they do have a chance to come back and win this game.
As the Colts offense makes their way out, we take a look at the playoff picture in the AFC. And remember, despite giving up the field goal, this is still a one-score game. They're in need of the touchdown and a two-point conversion. A field goal on this drive likely doesn't do them much good. They'll run with Taylor to begin the drive. And he'll get this up just shy of the 30. Second and 6, just inside the 30. A give for Taylor running right side. And he works his way forward for a couple up past the 30. The Colts on third down. They've been very good, 5 for 7 thus far. This is 3rd and 4. Richardson working from the gun. Pass taken in by his big tight end. And he is going to have a Colts first down as they're able to get the third down conversion.
And that's a much-needed first down right there. Look, they're down by 8. So logic says they don't have to get a touchdown out of this drive. But the way things are going, I don't know if I'd put it in the hands of my defense here. You might not get the ball back at all. So if a fourth down situation comes up, I'm thinking hard about going for it right here and right now.
First and 10, Taylor now. He'll get this up to the 47 and brought down there.
Oftentimes we praise an offense for their variety of being able to hit people with the run and the pass. But in this game, how about what we're seeing from the safeties? They are all over the field. Doesn't matter if they threw it or if they're trying to run it.
I don't think we've ever awarded an MVU, most valuable unit, but you're right. It might go to them in this game.
I like that. MVU. Well done.
Ball on the 47-yard line. Here's 2nd and 6. Richardson. This ball tipped, and it's going to be incomplete. Fortunate maybe to get that back. It's 3rd down.
You got to give some credit. They're able to hop up in the air and bat that one away. And that's frustrating for an offensive lineman because the only recourse is when he goes in the air to try and give some type of a pop or a shove, hoping to bring his arms down.
So after the 2nd down incompletion, they'll come up now against a 3rd and 6.
Now Richardson back to throw it.
And that is incomplete, but a penalty flag coming in. This could be a first down.
Defense.
So the defense helping him out a little bit here late in the 4th.
Yeah, and you're exactly right. And when you're the one doing the chasing, you'll take a little help from the other guys, won't you?
Maybe a critical mistake at this juncture is now they've got a 1st and 10.
Here's Richardson to throw. That is caught. Michael Pittman with it.
And he's going to get this inside the 30. Another good reception there. The Colts on the march.
It's a game of matchups, and that's why you take your receivers and move them around a bunch, especially your best guys. And when they work out of the slot, you often hear the coaches talk about how great it is because it gives you a two-way go. You can break out or you can break in. That makes it hard to defend.
Richardson to the air on 1st down.
Everything about that play tells you about today's NFL offenses and what they're asking out of running backs. You can't just be a guy who can run the football. You have to be able to catch it as well, and he didn't get that done on that play.
Another try, 2nd and 10 now. Back to the air with Richardson.
Oh, no, he lost the football. And this is picked up by the Browns. And they take possession of the football and have it at the 36-yard line. The pocket collapsed around him. I know we talk about it a lot, but a QB has to have that sixth sense, doesn't he?
He really does, and I know of one team at one point was training their quarterback with that time frame, and anytime he didn't get rid of the ball within the right amount of time, they would blow a horn or blow a whistle to show him this is what that time is, just what you're talking about, training him to understand this is the amount you have, make sure the ball's gone. Didn't happen in this case.
Watson and the Browns now with a 1st and 10.
At their 36-yard line. They'll start this drive out on the ground. And he'll grab a gain of 5 out of this up to the 41-yard line.
4th quarter, down to the final 2 minutes, and we've got a 1-score game.
So the Browns in possession of the football here as we get you reset. They've got a 2nd down now as they search for a way to get this one to the finish line.
Now 2nd and 5. He's going to get it again. Just looking to get forward and protect the ball.
And now we'll see a timeout used on defense as they stop it right out of the break with 1:57 to go in the ball game.
On 3rd down, here's Walker.
And he is going to have the 1st down, and that is going to suck the life right out of this crowd. Now the Colts going to burn the 2nd of their timeouts. That'll leave them with just 1 remaining in this 4th quarter of play. And not totally home free yet, but it's looking good as they come up 1st and 10.
And going right back to Walker.
And nowhere really to go there. He'll take this up just shy of midfield. Now the Colts will use their 3rd and final timeout as they'll talk things over prior to this upcoming 2nd down play. And just 1 yard here from the 49 to the 50. And now the question everyone's wondering, look at the clock, late 4th quarter. Do they put the ball in the air here on 3rd?
I don't. I run the football and I tell my offensive line, no leakage up front. I don't want my running back hit as I hand the ball off to him. I don't want any type of an issue. But if I am going to throw it, quick throw, out to the perimeter, maybe one of my best receivers running a quick slant or something like that.
He had to fight for every yard on that run, shook himself free of a tackle, and kept fighting, even with the rest of the defense closing in on him. That's the kind of effort you'll take every single time.
They'll run for it. It's Walker.
And he's not even going to come close to picking up the 1st. They stop him right at the line of scrimmage. The Browns unable to move the chains on 4th down. And the Colts are going to take over with a football. The Indy offense at the line and set to go.
Right now they're on the wrong end of the scoreboard, and that won't change if this drive ends like the last one when they had that lost fumble. So you have a feeling taking care of the football is certainly paramount right now.
Yeah, and it's not just the guy who dropped it on the last drive, is it? That means everyone who might touch the ball is getting the same message. Guys, ball security, paramount. Let's take care of it, and if we do, we've got a chance to put points on the board.
Inside a minute to go. Here's 2nd and 10 now. Richardson.
And he can't get a throw off. He's taken down. What a huge play at this point in the game.
Now Richardson.
And the throw there going to be incomplete.
With that incompletion, reality is staring them right in the face. This entire game is down to the next snap.
The decision made for them. They've got to go. It's 4th down. 4th down, desperation time. Here's Richardson.
And it's incomplete. They cannot convert, and they turn it over. They had to go for it with such little time remaining, and the Browns are going to get this thing back. Excellent field position.
We've got to have 2 hands on the football here as they run on 1st down. And he finds a little bit of room, enough for 4 yards. It'll be 2nd down.
So Cleveland able to come away with the victory here. And it was their defense that really made the statement after the break. They pitched the 2nd half shutout.
Yeah, think about the team that just got vanquished. They did score in the 2nd quarter. Do you think they thought at all that that would be their last points of the game?
No, but what a 2nd half. The adjustment, whatever they did in the locker room, it certainly worked.
It certainly did, and you're exactly right. Whether it was an adjustment, whether it was just more focus on what they planned to do going in, whether they just played better, whatever it was, it all came together in the 2nd half.
It's week.
A first carry now for Kareem Hunt. Fighting through. It's a 7-yard carry to set them up with a 2nd and 3. A lot of running backs, a little bit of a disadvantage when you start talking MVP. Might not be the case this year. You think he's got a shot, don't you?
I do. I think he's got more than a shot. But what he's going to need here down the stretch this late in the season, he needs that big closing game, that game that we're all going to reflect on and go, oh, my goodness, did he put up a number, let's say, 200 plus?
Well, this defense for the Ravens, they played extremely well last week in the win over Atlanta.
And no matter what's done throughout a ball game, it always comes back to blocking and tackling. That's the essence of football. But I think it's hard for people to understand just how difficult it is to tackle, especially open field. Very few missed tackles on tape that I saw last game. This team does a nice job of getting their opponents on the ground.
On first down, they'll run with Hunt. And he'll be pretty well stopped in his tracks. Give him a yard up to the 42. Kind of an odd schedule this year. These two teams getting their 2 games in very late in the season. Their first meeting just a few weeks ago, back in Week 15. And it was the visiting Browns who got the victory then, so they'll look for the season sweep here in Cleveland.
And able to work about 5 yards out of this as he's taken down up near the 47.
That was a good, forceful run, and it demonstrates why you've got to put your body on a runner when you're trying to tackle him. If you just go in there and just try and get him down with arm tackles, usually doesn't work very well, and we saw on that play, he'll run right through those attempted plays.
And he's going to be taken down with the first down at the Ravens 39. A good pickup there for the Browns, 15 yards. All runs on this drive so far. It's 1st and 10. They run right side with Hunt. Powerful running. And he'll work it inside the 30 to the 29-yard line. Charles, they won last week despite him not running the ball well. They told us need to get him going. Runs like that help.
And they talked to us about leaning on him because, as you noted, last week they didn't have to. Still won the ball game. They leaned on other people to give them the yardage that they needed, but they really want him to be that.
And he is into the end zone. Touchdown, Cleveland. Kareem Hunt, his 104th career touchdown, one shy of Tim Brown on the all-time list.
And the Browns get the upper hand as they're on the board first here this afternoon. Here's Jackson. Oh, he had him. He was open, but he couldn't get it.
So look at this. Here's the field goal unit coming out. And he is going to need to bomb this one. And this is good. It was running out of gas there at the end, but he winds up getting just enough on it.
Wow, I mean, it's so rare to even see one attempted from that. From the red zone now, here's Jackson on first down.
He's got his man. It's Andrews.
And he's going to be taken down, but there's a penalty flag in the backfield. Is this a hold, or did they rough the quarterback? Well, that flag puts them on their heels a little bit more defensively as the officials walk it upfield.
Yeah, and they can blame the officials all they want, but bottom line, it's their own fault because, to me, that was an avoidable call.
Touchdown! Mark Andrews with touchdown. On third down, Jackson.
And looking for Andrews, but this is intercepted. And the Browns are in great shape here as they take over at their 46-yard line.
That is a tough way to start the third quarter. You get the football, hoping to drive it down, put it in the end zone, and take. To throw is Watson.
And that almost intercepted. Oh, they would have loved.
So now the Browns will turn it over to their field goal unit here. Right hash mark of 42-yard attempt. And his kick is indeed good. And that gets him back within a single point. It's now 10-9.
Well, the 3 points certainly helps, but you feel like, Charles, at this stage of the game, when you force those turnovers, you need to start converting them into touchdowns.
Yeah, I'm a little bit surprised myself because I thought in this situation, they were thinking end zone or bust. Now they got to rely on their defense, get the ball back again for another opportunity to get 6 points.
Baltimore about ready to go on offense. Now, this game, it has obviously been all about the defense on both sides of the football. Which offense is going to break through here? We'll see if they can do it on this drive. A run there on first down going nowhere as he stopped right at the 25.
Looked like he was trying to bounce it outside, but no success.
Yeah, sometimes you got to just figure out where you're going to go, and sometimes you just have to take it to another spot. In trying to get it outside, the defensive pursuit was there and just ran him down.
And from the 25, they worked this to the 29, a gain of 4.
All right, so they got that one, Charles, against the center.
And let's remember how difficult it is for the center, because remember, he's got to snap the ball to put the play in motion, and sometimes you got that big guy on your nose. You got sometimes where he's coming at you at an angle. It's a difficult job for him to snap the ball and then execute his block.
A gain there of 21 yards. So from the 36 now, 1st and 10. From the gun, it's Jackson. And it's incomplete. Boy, he doesn't drop many like that one. 2nd down.
Everything looked right on that play except the conclusion. He dropped it. An in route, going into a little bit of traffic. Maybe in the back of his mind, he was wondering where the hit was going to come from.
Now Jackson on 2nd down. And this is going to be pulled in by the tight end, Andrews. The Raven passing game getting in sync. Another 1st down. And his throw is incomplete.
One thing we know about RPO throws, they don't take long to develop. He had him wide open to the outside, hit him with it, but I think his eyes were looking downfield trying to see that open grass. Ends up dropping it. That's a missed opportunity.
2nd and 10. Here's Jackson again. And his throw is going to be incomplete.
And there's a good opportunity to just want to ride there. A drop pass. I guess that's why they call them running backs and not catching backs.
Here comes the 7th play now of this drive as this is 3rd and 10. Jackson from the shotgun. Nowhere to go here. He lost the football. And this is picked up by the Browns. And they'll start with great field position at the 41-yard line.
So turnovers, Charles, you figure will be key in the 2nd half, and that's a big giveaway there.
Yeah, and as you and I both know, coaches are always preaching ball security, and none more often than right here in the 2nd half of a tight football game. Now you've got to believe what the coaches are saying and take care of that football.
2 yards on the carry there. It'll be 2nd down. They stay on the ground. Again, it's Hunt. And he'll go down here right around the 23-yard line.
Well, the offense knew it. They were already starting to walk back as that one is accepted.
They'll come up now on a 2nd and long after the hold.
Here's a toss right side for Hunt. It'll be a 5-yard pickup there, so from 2nd and 13, they're back to a more manageable 3rd and 8.
Boy, where would these guys be without his performance on the ground? That puts him over 100 yards now for the afternoon, and I tell you, he seems to be getting stronger as the day goes along.
On 3rd down, here's Hunt. Sheds off the tackle. A solid stiff arm. And he's out of bounds, but not before a big pickup that time on what's going to wind up being the final play of the 3rd quarter. 3 quarters in the books. And we're back now here in Cleveland. And we've got a dandy here. A 1-point game as we begin the 4th. Now after the run by Hunt, here's 1st and 10. One back in the backfield, he'll get the carry. And he'll take it from the 18 to the 15, a gain of 3. Here's 2nd and 7. A give right side now to Hunt. And for one of the few times here today, this run's not going to go anywhere. No gain on the play, and it's going to bring up a 3rd down. So 7 yards from the 1st down here as they come up to the line of scrimmage. They'll run with Hunt. And the tackle made at the 13. He is well short of the 1st. Just a 1-yard pickup there, and it'll be 4th down. So now one of the biggest kicks of the night is forthcoming. This for a 4th quarter lead. And this one is right through. And they take the lead here by 2, 12-10. So the drive here ends with a field goal. It does give them the lead, but this one's still certainly a long ways from over.
It definitely puts a lot of pressure on your defense to hold the lead, right? They're happy to have it and happy to be out there trying to do so. But I know as a former player, in the back of their mind, they're thinking, why don't you score the touchdown and seal this thing?
The Browns kicking team out there now as they'll send this one away. And this will not be returnable. It's out of the back of the end zone for a touchback. The Ravens heading out on offense as we look at the playoff picture in the AFC. Well, including this week, 3 weeks remain in the regular season, Charles, and it is going to be interesting to see how this playoff picture sorts itself out before we head into the postseason.
Competitive, entertaining postseason, that's what we're always striving for. But I think we get it during the regular season, too, because you never know how things are going to go during the final weeks of the season. Every team pulling out all the stops to get a better seed or just to get one of those 7 seats at the table.
Jackson hit, and he lost the football. And this is picked up by the Browns. And his guys are going to take over at the 34-yard line.
Hey, I'm all about defense forcing plays and getting takeaways. But an interception and 2 fumbles in their last 3 offensive possessions.
Time to readjust?
Yeah, you can't just give all the credit to the defense on that. They've got to look in the mirror and take a blame themselves and figure out how to not do it anymore.
Well, hold on here, because on that last run, it looks like we have a player who was shaken up. And not what you want to see this late in the season. Medical staff is going to check on him, and we'll step aside for a moment. This is Ford. Down at the 2. Broke through first contact, but ultimately stopped shy of the goal line. That's a gain of 7, and we'll leave them with 2nd and goal coming up. Once more with Ford. And he'll take it into the end zone for a Browns touchdown. Jerome Ford with now 15 rushing touchdowns on the year. And the Browns are able to build on to their 4th quarter lead. This time, the extra point up and good. And that makes this a 9-point game. The Browns kicking team out there now as they'll send this one away. And that'll carry over the back line of the end zone for a touchback. The Ravens offense now, they get set and head back onto the field. Yeah, the script really is flipped for them. The momentum on the other sideline, and now they have to try and battle back from a 2-score deficit. That's for Bateman, and it's intercepted.
Picked up by Denzel Ward. And the return here is stopped at the 35-yard line.
I'm not sure, Brandon, we've seen a sloppier played game this year for a team on offense. Turn it over 4 times and expect to win? No chance whatsoever. And look, I have no idea what the ratio is about turnover 4 times and how that correlates to winning or losing. But I guarantee you, it's not very good.
14 yards, and it's a Cleveland first down. Again, they turn to Ford. And he is into the end zone. Touchdown, Cleveland.
Jerome Ford with now 2 fourth-quarter touchdowns. And the Browns have extended their lead to 15 now here in the 4th.
They're going to keep it on the ground. And he is into the end zone again as he scores both the touchdown and the 2-point conversion to extend this lead. The Browns kicking team out there now as they'll send this one away. And they will not get a chance to return this one as it's through the end zone for a touchback. And now here come the Ravens.
We certainly had a sense coming in here that these guys were in for a tough one on the road. That has been how this ball game is played out. They trail big as we continue on now here in this.
And now the rookie's free.
Loose inside the 30.
And finally wrestled down at the 11. 2 minutes left to play in this football game here on EA Sports. So it's Raven football here as we welcome you back.
Now a 1st and 10 at the 11.
They've got a 1st and 10 as they search for a late score. Throwing on 1st down, it's Jackson. And he's going to be intercepted a 3rd time. And he takes this one back into the end zone, and the Browns defense has a touchdown.
Well, no surprise to see that one, partner. The league's #1 defense coming through with a huge pick-6.
And it's plays like that one they've made them the most feared group to face this year. Offenses, they're trying to figure out how to work around them rather than work through them. Big-time impact playmakers scattered throughout the unit on every level, and they can change a game at a moment's notice.
Extra point right down the middle. And the lead is now 24. So they throw the pick-6. They'll get another shot at it now as this one's in the air. And this will be a touchback as that sails over the end line. Now the Baltimore offense heading back out onto the field.
Where we stand right now in the 4th quarter, this one pretty much out of reach. And, Charles, I know they're going to be disappointed about several things with this ball game, but the self-inflicted wounds, they've had several turnovers. You would have to think that's going to be something they're going to discuss heavily in the film session in the coming days.
You're absolutely right about that, partner, because they're going to have to sit in that film room and watch every error that they made and figure out how to not do it in the future. And mentally, I think a lot of the guys are already starting to think about, okay, how do we put this behind us and get
Jackson hit, and he lost the football.
Oh, and one of the linemen on the other side has got it.
Then he'll be marked down at the 2-yard line.
And with that kind of a deficit, you can't afford to make any kind of mistakes. But it's been pretty symptomatic of what we've seen all game with them, isn't it? Down this big in the 4th quarter.
Yeah, you'd say an afternoon to forget, absolutely.
Ford is in. Touchdown, Cleveland.
Now the try here for the extra point. And this one was over a while ago as they just add on to their big lead. Well, they got the ball in great field position. One play later, boom, end zone. And the touchdown apparently not enough. They want more, an onside kick. And this one recovered by the hands team for the Ravens. And that's why you have your hands team out there on the field. Those are the best guys ready to make that play.
And let's face it, It was executed well. It wasn't a bad kick. It wasn't anything like that. Just that the normal outcome actually came to play. Analytics will tell you it's a very low possibility of getting the ball for the team kicking it in an onside kick situation.
You're all about the numbers, aren't you?
All about the numbers, baby. It's a new game now.
They don't lie. That's good for a Raven first down, 15 yards there. To throw is Jackson. And he's got his man in stride, complete. His second catch, this one not quite as dynamic as his first, and it's second down. Jackson. And that went too far in front. He couldn't reel it in. It's incomplete.
They lead big, and a major part of that has been how they've taken their play to a whole new level this second half. No points allowed since the break, and you can add another incompletion to the total number that they forced in this runaway contest.
They go play action now. Jackson. He had a man open, but he missed him, and it's incomplete.
That incompletion brings us one step closer to the end of this one. Maybe mercifully, partner. And let's face it, though, no surprise, they're still flinging it around. They have pride, too.
Tucker's kick is good. And now they'll just need 4 touchdowns as the deficit is now 28. Well, in the grand scheme of things, those 3 points likely not going to matter much, but I guess they get a little closer, a little more respectability.
Yeah, you're exactly right. They've been outplayed all game long, but like my mom used to tell me all the time before I went out, dress up a little bit, son. Make yourself respectable. And that's what they're doing here. They're just dressing up the final score.
And he will be brought down here inside the 20. Good coverage as he's dropped at the 17. Cleveland offense making their way out. And they just continue to roll right along, really. This has the looks of yet another victory as they hope to polish it off here in quarter number 4. They will start this drive with Ford. He finds some way to turn this into positive yardage as he struggles forward for a pickup of about 2.
Defensively, we always know that he is tough in run support, and I think the way that he gets there is he understands what an offense is going to do before the ball's even snapped. A great job of scouting prior to the game, then reading, reacting, and taking the right path to the ball carrier.
Charles, a lot of happy faces heading into the tunnel as this one ends, and understandably so. Not only did they get the win, but boy, their offense was